Welcome back to Steve's World of Wonders. Mosaic culture is a fairly expensive topiary garden show. So instead of paying I think it's a $30 entry fee, maybe a little less than that, I'm not sure, I can't remember anymore. But instead of paying, I decided to just have a quick look at it over the fence. This was my first time and last time using a selfie stick. I brought it with me so I could lift it up over the fence to have a look. You can tell it's my first time trying that out because some of the shots, especially the ones coming up, I've got it angled way too far toward the ground. I couldn't see my camera view screen in the sunshine, so a lot of the shots I'm looking mostly at the grass. So a lot of what I shot did not turn out, but this is what I have, and for what it's worth, it's okay, I guess. It was a hot summer day that day, so stopping into the Museum of History's lobby area seemed like a good idea to cool off. This is the Grand Hall. You can see the ceiling in a moment is in the shape of a canoe. I was broke this day, so paying admission to get to the main part of the museum was out of the question that day. But looking around the lobby, there's lots to see and lots to look at. For the first peoples of North America's northwest coast, carving and raising totem poles is an ancient tradition that continues today. These works of art are one way of expressing an extended family's history, while also asserting their right to the land they occupy. Other ways of expressing family or lineage identity include songs and dances, the use of symbolic crests, and the naming of the large plank houses they occupied in the coastal villages. See, you can learn something without even entering the main museum. That's how potent museums are. This 19th century pole stood in the Haida village of Gatineau, inside a house given the name Easy to Enter. The Haida chief is said to have used the long spiral stick during speeches made at feasts, striking the ground for emphasis. Oh, let's see if I got video of the stick. Nope. This is still all part of the public area of the museum. So that was a walrus, a seal, and a narwhal. So here's a plaque for the main sculpture, the big white sculpture. Chief of the Undersea World. Original plaster pattern of Bill Reed's bronze sculpture. Donated by Isabel and Jim Graham of West Vancouver. So this was a plaster pattern of the same sculpture but in bronze. And it's Haida art. It's the patterns and sculpture traditions are from Haida tradition. So that was a bear with cubs, a muskox, and a kneeling caribou. So this is an owl. That's another owl. And this is a hawk. And those were all sculpted up north by Inuit artists in Nunavut. Here in the lobby is a little booklet on the last of the dog sled explorers. Vilhelmer Stefansson, standing behind the sled, was born in Canada of Iceland parents. He led the Canadian Arctic expedition of 1913 to 1918, the first multidisciplinary scientific expedition to explore the Canadian Arctic. His original sled, now too fragile for permanent display, is part of the collections of the Canadian Museum of Civilization. This recreation is an exact copy. The museum is now known as the Museum of History, as far as I know. In front of the sled is Stefansson's Inuit companion Natkusiak, also known as Billy Banksland. Together, they traveled across much of the uninhabited northwestern high Arctic, the last of the great dog sled explorers. Along the side of the Great Hall here, you can see a scrim on the right-hand side. I've heard people mention that it's purported to be one of the largest photographs in the world, if not the largest, I think. And it's of trees. At least it was the largest when it was installed. You can see Parliament Hill across the river in the background there.
Thank you for watching Steve's World of Wonders. Remember to like the video if you liked it and hit the subscribe button.